And of course, it's in Gallatin, one of my least favorites, just because of how much stuff is around. As a support pilot, I always feel too big to fit through all the cracks.
Gonna see how many pilot errors we can find, or at the end of the night, if everybody's tired or bright, wide awake after a little break and ready to go.
Gallatin's the nickname for the rocks in Gallatin apparently are called chicken nuggets now.
Yeah.
Trend started by one of our very own, Pure Pizak. He decided that he's going to nickname them all chicken nuggets.
I wonder if it had anything to do with the meme for the Grogu chicken nuggies. I don't know where that came from either, but the kids show me the memes and I just run with them because I have no idea.
Fair. All right, and we are going. Starthan and then A-Wing, Saber, and Saint Skita in Y-Wings. And you got Aurorus in a X-Wing. He's going to be running with Conk and Ion, so probably flexing to PK as well. Starthan, deadly PK fighter from the last one, running an A-Wing. With a missile scrambler of all things.
Interesting.
You don't see those too often. Out of less fast running supplies.
Making a run on one of the farmers right now. Farmer's trying to get the things out. The Starthan, we're watching his.
Got him in his sights.
Yeah.
And down he goes.
That is a quick flick. Let's see what's going on here.
Beating very quick. Yep. That was fast.
That was
very
a quick
fast.
flip, yeah. Who's got the Ion?
At this point,
looks like Fox.
At this point, it was so quick, the marks aren't yet recharged on the support ship, so Maze is going to make his way in, but by the time he gets in, he should be up.
Gotta take those shields down. The Torp looks like he used.
There's Marks.
Yeah. Let's see what these bombers doing. Bombers. Rotate. Ooh, Iziamov comes in close, but far and finally the shields are down.
Fox looking a little bit beat up. He's probably going to get a resupply here from Maze. There it goes.
Marks just went out to the players, see if they can get a couple picks on him. See how Starthan is doing. He's going right on to Maze here, and
Nebula V already down to 60. Maze is in bad shape. He's getting picked on by someone.
Yeah, it looks like Starthan got him lined up, but Maze is still getting. Oh man, he just keeps moving.
Starthan's still picking away at him, but he's got the real shield
Nice
back
division, yeah. Looks like Vulcan April is got Starthan in his vision, but I have a feeling he's just trying to get away to get some repairs because he's low. Maze is still, he's got his shields back up, and he's still sitting at 11 though, but let's go see. Starthan has moved on to Crazy D, so it looks like Maze is going to survive to fight another day.
Falcon April took a big bonk, and he's going to nearly take a big bonk on the chicken nugget. Down to 19.
They've already moved on to the Nebulon C. Different than the Nebulon B by one letter.
The newer model.
And you see with that PK, if you don't get the kills, it's slowly allowed Fox and Iziamov to just slowly keep hammering it with that damage.
You never want to let those guys have more than a minimum amount of time against a frigate.
It's always a scary thing.
All the way back.
Have they pulled out? Are they?
Looks
Yeah,
like,
they're getting
looks like they're getting ready for
resupplies.
defense.
Yeah. Which is smart. Pull back while you still can get your resupplies on your frigates. And then they have one out of phase easily, and they're just going to leave the other one for...
Looks like Isaiah's coming in for that out of phase right now.
There goes.
Maybe he's just going for
Doing
AI.
a little AI in the way. Nope, turning around. Fox is almost dead. I wonder if he was making the run. And the turrets weren't quite all taken down. I can't imagine that, though, for this team. And he gets lit up, and Fox is down.
Odalus Bass gets his marks out.
Looks like his light cruiser's still got some shields on, but should be taken down here right away.
Yeah, that's what happens when you hit it that early.
Couple ions going.
Fox is coming back onto the field.
Now, did they get that out of phase? Yes, they did. Oops. Saber Storm just got taken down.
As they're working on that, yeah, that's on Galatan.
Oh, those nuggets sure do spit out the AI farm. Saint goes down, and we got a little Starthan is farming the farmers, it looks like, as the fallback happens here.
Taking Aurora's in, Saint Skeeta off the field. Saint Skeeta just now getting back out.
So it looks like you have about 40% left on that sea frigate. So I wonder if they'll... Vulcan is pretty low. I wonder if he'll go back for... Yeah, he's gone back for resupply. Maze is full. Everyone's... They're going to probably regroup and go together, I'd imagine. Nebulon's down to 15, 13. As Maze just kind of waits around for it to go and then makes his run, I'm sure. Oh, he's going after Starthan with his ion cannons trying to kick him off the bombers, it looks like.
Looks like Maze is going in for his marked run now.
1,000 out.
And
there we go.
Well done. He begins his orbit.
Fox gets right in there, and that right shield is disabled instantly. Isaiah looks like he goes down.
And there's a shield gen destroy.
So I wonder if Maze is going to go down on power or if he pulls back for resupplies.
Looks like he's pulling back. He's got at least to reboot himself, get his shields back up.
Fox has already taken out some of the weak spots on his way to take out the power. Left shields are destroyed. Short notice of the... Vulcan looks like he's in trouble, pulling out. Hopefully he can make it. Crazy D is coming in. Finds that nice, juicy, open spot. I don't know if this MC-75 is going to make it back to another defense. They are going for the targeting now, maybe, to out-of-phase it, if they need to. But it's down low, and it's dead.
There goes the MC-75.
He made quick work on that. That was a nice run.
All matching ships right there. Looks sharp.
So you mentioned Falcon April. That is Yoshi, correct?
Yoshi.
Yes, I knew he was. I heard he was joining the bees for this game, so that's nice to see him out there flying. Let's see these scores here. 70,000 cap ship for Fox. Wow.
And he was in the flicks. He wasn't even in a bomber, so that's some pretty crazy damage.
Only 3 PK kills for Starthan, so you can tell they're... And 0 for Maze on support, so you can see that support staying alive makes a huge difference on those offensive modes.
And he was able to make some quick work on the shields with his ions, so that's actually pretty impressive for a support to be able to orbit and take those down like that.
Yeah.
Great work. That's part 1.
That would be part 1.
Question is, what map are they going to call for? I will about find out.
Yeah, it is interesting how, you get the... I like the map flips. They're kind of... Although it changes the meta, I'm not used to picking maps. So it was like, what map do you want to fly? And I'm like, you tell me where. I know what maps I don't want to fly sometimes, but even them, if it hurts the farmers and you have better farmers, they're not bad maps. Like if you're a strong pilot in Gallatin, you can have a big advantage. But I do know certain maps do reward certain factions when it comes to the farm. So the way those packs break up, as I see, I'm talking to myself because Caleb was already left to talk to someone else. We do have Bloody Pistol Grip and Diginigma in here, so I don't know if they want to speak up and talk about what they saw there. Bloody, what do you think you saw?
It looked good. He looked like the bees had nice solid agenda, and they executed very well. Like you said, you covered it very well. The when your support stays alive, it makes a huge difference.
We do notice it too with Project Maverick. We know a lot of teams coming back that flew together a while back and coming back. And we know the bees, although they do have some new pilots on their team, so it's not like they've flown together in this form often. So they knew the meta, they knew what to do, and they ultimately stayed alive. Makes a big difference.
You can see bees have been working very hard on their survivability. One of the key things that we look at in TFA to be part of Royal Guard is actually your deaths. That's probably one of the most biggest contributions that you can see as far as statistics go as to how to control the game, and that's all with the deaths. So the lower your deaths, the better. And I know personally that each one of these guys has been working on their orbiting and being very evasive and staying very much alive. And we could see that with Maze. Maze got down to a very low health quite a few times, very low shields, and he was still able to get away, get his shields back up, and not die. Very impressive.
Good choice.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
I think what I was noticing the most about him was he had fantastic power management. There was no wasted time for him. Every time he would take a boost, he was definitely taking full advantage of boost gasping. So it was, and those little bits add up to so much when you're support because of how big of a target you are. So the fact that he was able to stay alive with Starthan constantly on him like that is amazing. No slouch though. Fox came in with that humongous amount of cap ship damage, and that is actually really, really impressive considering he was in a flex wing and not really in a bomber.
Yeah, and I think some of that had to do with them targeting the support and some of the bombers that kept the PK players off of them so they could do so much damage. Sometimes when you're getting focused on the idea is, okay, maybe I might not do my game, but if I pull them away from their game, I'm doing just as much good for my team as just staying alive and wasting their time a lot of times. Let's waste the time of these PK players, and then if you don't die, then oh man.
And that's why you can actually see a lot of that evidenced in talking to McClunky. He said with Splinter, it was not a matter of whether they could PK, it was a matter of when to PK and who. So prioritizing your targets for the right people is very important. So you may not be applying a whole lot of PK as far as actually taking players out, because that takes oftentimes a lot longer than getting them to have pressure and then peel away. But one of the most important things is when you get it. So getting, for example, a support when right at the flip, that's huge, especially when they're about to go on attack. So if you get a support out just before that team goes on attack, that takes a lot longer for that team to rally to get together. Or worst comes to worst, that they just go in without the support and they don't have the benefit of those marks.
Yeah.
So Splinter took advantage of timely kills. The other one was if a team's about to go on defense, they would try and get a pick on one of the bombers. So all those things are really great strategies.
Yeah, the timely kills, the targeting. I see a lot of the pro teams, they make sure they target that support before the offense starts so that they can't get those marks off, which makes a huge difference in the length of the offense and damage done.
Mm-hmm.
We got Mithron in the chat here. He's asking about the Project Maverick, about promos and season resets, and I think the Project Maverick name was more a reference to Maverick, which was, I think, the the name of Squadrons EA had given it before they announced what the game was. That gave us that little hint that maybe, just maybe, we were going to get another Starfighter flight sim game that everyone's waited so long for.
You're absolutely right. That was the reason it was called that, and we were trying to find a name that would accurately describe the anniversary of Squadrons. That was the whole iteration and reason behind this event, was to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Squadrons, which was obviously not this month, but yeah, delays happen, and you're putting on an event.
It certainly does. Tell me all about that. And yes, Top Gun, because you have plenty of meme gifs you can post in messages, which never hurts to have a nice meme gif you can throw. There's lots of Goose, and then we got Goose Smith gifs being posted. So lots of fun had here. And it's nice to just have a nice friendly event, bringing a lot of pilots we've seen here today that we haven't flown with for a long time. A lot have moved on to other teams. Some haven't flown in months, so it's nice to see so many pilots back here flying with us here at TFA.
Yeah, actually, the Crimson have been only practicing for this one. They haven't flown together as a team since SCL1, if you can believe that.
Oh my goodness, that's a while back, eh?
Takes me back. Takes me back.
I remember today. All right, so we got Saber Storms lining up for his pack here. Gets that middle TIE fighter, which you're looking for that goal. Oh, but he gets dunked.
Great
no.
dunk by Crazy D.
That was the perfect timing. And he goes down.
And he's deleted.
That will.
That was some good AI farm, because they were about ready to flip on that one.
Oh yeah, they pulled this right back. And yet they got a pick on Isaiah Mav.
I think that torpedo shot was an accident by Crazy D on St. Skita. Now, torpedoes being not very good for PK, typically.
Usually you don't use them. They're a little hard.
Crazy's lining up on Auroras, who's been marked. Now he's going for the support. Smart move. And this will be one of those times where getting the support off the field is fantastic.
It looks like the B's going to move. No, they're still going into. Isaiah Moff is going into the PK role here. So they had a good start. They're starting to pull it back here. They almost had a quick flip, but things have turned back in the favor of the Kestrels. Oh, looks like Falconer or Yoshi bumped into someone or something. All right, so we got the turn. They got the full bar. I was wondering if we'd have a half bar offense here, but the Bees managed to
just in time
get that last pack. Well, it looks like 2 PKs happened at the very end too. Let's see who's coming out. Those shields are already down on Charlie.
And May's going in for the attack support. So the standard lasers.
Yeah, he's not even worried about. He's like, I don't even care about marks and resupplies. I'm getting my points on the board. Although he's down to 59 and shields are almost down. I'm gonna see it.
But he did get his marks out.
Starzan sees him. Sees Fox.
Fox is looking pretty rough.
Yeah, looks like he's turned around. He still has full shields.
Pressure being applied to Fox this time. Now let's see what Isaiah's doing. Isaiah's doing his rotation.
His shields are going down. His shields are almost out. But he is doing his spin. Hopefully it's not a death spin.
Nope, that looks like
an evasion spin.
It reminds me of Acresis' death roll that he does when he's about to get wiped out.
And while that goes on, Fox makes the run on Delta and takes Delta shields too, as Charlie is almost out of phasable. Down to 7, they'll probably switch over to Delta now. Crazy, he goes down.
Looks like they might be looking to go straight through. I don't know.
They might. Raider still up? No. Yes, Raider is still up.
Raider is up, yeah.
They still have half a bar. They got to get that Raider down.
Looks like they're going to hold on to Charlie. Oh, no, Charlie goes down. Interesting move.
I wonder if they knew if the Raider was still up, because that Raider is still up there. Or whatever it's called. I'm not sure what the the different technical names are.
Raider, Corvette.
Just
Same ship class, just different faction.
They're just trying to get Maze in their sights, and they just cannot do it. As he just hides behind these things.
Isaiah made a pretty hefty escape, too. Escaping 23.
Fox, it's down to Phasable. I wonder if Fox is going to wait around, try to get ready for the... Fox is turning around. There it goes. Now Fox is ready for the out of phase, I imagine. Or no, now he turns. Maybe crazy.
Interesting. Doesn't look like they're going for the out of phase.
Still up.
Crazy
now it goes
might
down.
be
Yeah, I think Crazy had it. So they do get it. Odorless Bass is almost completely destroyed, but he has full shields, so he's full shields at a 1. Gets those marks going though.
Yeah,
that's all you need
in that situation. Full shields, I would get my marks out and then
he did
bounce that way. Ooh, Maze took a tactical bonk and goes down.
Skeeta's also getting there. He gets mad there.
Oh, there goes Saberstorm. Multi-locks out on the Nibulon B.
Yeah. With 5 players in the support,
goes down. Saberstorm not looking good. That would be 3 players off the field.
Saberstorm looks like he might get out, but of course with the losing both the... Oh yeah, that helps. Because with losing both their frigates, it's a long way back to that Star Destroyer, especially here at Foster Haven.
Yes. He is coming back around, but they've got some ground to make up. Shields are still up on Charlie and Delta.
This pass goes down again, as does Starthan. So they have the fall back there. I don't know what they...
Right there, that's the time that you want to take Odorless Bass out. Because here he comes in on the... They're going to take the offense here. No time wasted. He's in.
Maze is already in. The marks are off. Isaiah is still a ways away. Let's see what you're going to do with the ions and disabling.
Nope.
One is disabled, and he's going to take it out.
Boost extender and conk. Interesting combination. Along with his reflect hull. So he's staying at the 1500 away from everybody to stay hidden.
So they do disable both shields, and now they can easily take the shields out from a distance. As Isaiah takes out the second shield, so both shields are down. Vulcan, Yoshi does go down. Maze has no shields. I wonder if he's going to stick in. And
Isaiah's on power now.
Isaiah sees
on power. Okay, group effort on power.
That's what you
and
do.
Crazy's on power. And Crazy takes it.
You rotate around, right? And shoot what you got. Fox is taking some heavy damage. He sees that resupply right out there, and he does manage to get it, but his shields are still completely gone. But looks like he's survived. Now Maze is doing the... Could not help himself. He saw that spot on the hull and had to go after it, and he goes down for it. But that is it.
Well fought by both sides.
Very pretty run from the teams there. Especially when you see them rotating around and around and around, hitting that power, moving around. It's very hard to get any locks. You can't get any dunks, and makes it challenging.
Makes it hard to commit to which player you want to go for as well. Let's see, the capship damage is pretty well spread apart. Not as high as I normally see. that's because the Raider was up for so long, so that allowed the Raider to do its massive amount of damage. But Isaiah coming in strong at 40,000, cap ship praise right behind at 29.
Fox with 8 kills and Starthan with 7 kills. So they were definitely doing a little more PK on that one than the first round.
It's actually a good answer to the style that Kestrel has. If you apply the reverse PK pressure, you're going to get some really good results with them. It's just never played.
That was tough. Good experience, though.
Yeah,
I
well
hope
done,
everyone
guys.
has had fun.
Yeah, we had fun. I had fun. Good game, fair boy.
Oh, I didn't play.
Oh, weren't you? No, you were. Fox, good game, Fox.
Good game. Yeah.
Good game, Mace.
Good game, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a difference between Empire and NR, where on NR I have the standards, and on Empire I have the ions.
Whoever ran into me died.
Actually, I should tell you, Mates, that I was actually watching that match earlier where you were using standards, and I said, huh, I want to try that. And I actually did pull it out in the middle of one of our matches today. But it's so unlike me to do so that my entire team said, "Wait, you're running standards? Oh, okay." no one expected that, and you know what? It was actually valuable because there was a couple times where I got a weak point or two on the Star Destroyer, and not saying that was the tide turner, but it's one less that the rest of the team has to worry about.
Yeah, it definitely helps, I think, to contribute to the OBJ, and I don't know, I want to find a way to run standards on the Reaper. It's just...
I think the ions on the Reaper are so valuable that it's a hard bargain to switch to that.
Yeah, it's because most of the enemy ships are shielded, so standards aren't quite as good. But I don't know, the ion damage on it isn't great. It takes a long time to ionize a player.
It does.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game.
Yeah, good game, Skeeta.
Good
job, guys.
Yes.
Definitely felt Starthan on me all the time.
You miss, right? You play flying support, right?
Pardon me?
Use the support player. Yep.
Yes, the support.
Yeah. So I cannot kill auto bomber because you keep repairing them. So need to active alpha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to take you out too.
It's amazing how you can do that and doing evasive maneuvers at the same time.
Yeah. It's
Pretty
really easier.
Sometimes I get dizzy.
Good fun. That was good.
Is there any tips the bees can give to the Kestrels?
Man.
I would just say
I
as a
think
team,
on offense,
work on power management.
You go ahead.
I would just say as a team, work on power management and just playing and flying a little bit faster. Just like that's sort of each individual can work on that stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
Fox, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say on offense, it seemed like you guys were trying to PK quite a bit, and as a result, I don't think got in the objective damage you probably needed. I'd say on offense, just have more of an objective focus and make sure you're getting the shields down, and then trying to get at least one of those cruisers out of phaseable before the phase flips back.
Yeah. Fair call.
Yeah, it's definitely a race, and that's something that we work on a lot and kind of struggle with against some of the really high level teams. Like, as fast as our OBJ damage can be, it's not fast enough to keep up with some of these guys.
Yep.
Is it fair to say, let me ask the bees this, is it fair to say that one of the most valuable things that you can offer a team as far as advice goes is play a lot with each other, especially with the same consistency on the players all the time.
I think so.
Yeah, well-
Not just playing like ranked, because ranked is not necessarily intentional practice, and so you do need to focus on particular things, whether it's your power management or a particular sort of tactics within a fleet battle. Sometimes you have to work on those to be coordinated enough to pull them off. Like we will do shield gen disables rather than working on killing the ISD gens. You probably noticed we got shields down pretty quick. It's because we work with a support's beacon, and then the flexes go in with an ion missile, and we just drop shields instantly, and then it's really easy to kill the gens.
Yeah.
But that stuff takes some repetitions and just practice to get the timing right.
So do you guys go like dry runs on like a custom match and just practice? Is it?
Yeah, we do quite a few dry runs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. That's something for next Friday, perhaps, guys.
Yeah, up to it, man.
Yeah, and we don't do enough of it. I mean, we're not up there with the super serious teams, so we do what we can. Just try to get a little bit better each time.
Yeah. We're all in different tiers. I see the Kestrels as kind of like really entry level. So we're working our way bit by bit in the time that we have.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. I was pretty impressed with what the Kestrels were able to put together in a fairly short amount of time. The Bees have been flying for quite some time together. The Kestrels, a lot of times, this is the first time in this kind of environment. So they came out and made good showing for their first time in such a this kind of a thing.
Good team effort.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had to pull all Kestrels and rotate to make sure we could field every game. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for the game.
Yeah, we're always down to scrim, like Friday night or something. If you guys are available your Saturday morning or whatever it is, we can try to get something together and we can do scrims, we can do mixed scrims, and just help you guys practice if you want to work on stuff.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Are you guys in any of the competitive leagues, like a 3PO or anything?
No. We're honestly we're all a bunch of casual pilots. Really, this is probably our first actual kind of semi-competitive environment.
Yep, the 3PO is nice because it has, I want to say, like 7 different league tiers or something like that. So there's definitely, leagues for entry level players, and one of the things that kind of motivated us to get better was joining one of the competitive leagues, and then we actually felt more motivated to practice and get together and figure out things, because we wanted to win some of those games. So maybe that's a good entry
can
point.
really fly. Some of you guys can really fly. I think it's just a matter of like practicing as a team.
I think we know who you're talking about. He's very modest.
Okay, I'll catch you guys later.
Thank you all.
Thanks for flying with us.
I'm going to
thanks
end
for
the
flying
stream
with us
there.
tonight.
Thank you, everyone, for flying with Project Maverick. I think there's a few games next tomorrow, Caleb? Is that correct?
And
There's
actually, I'm working on the brackets for that right now, so be expecting that to be posted in the Project Maverick Discord channel pretty soon here. I'm looking at putting that together. Right now, I'm working with the time zones to work across the many various time zones that we have to make the scheduling work for everybody as much as possible.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for
Thanks,
your hard
guys.
work. I'm going to sign off here, but thank you for everyone for flying with us here today.